Hi, I'm Elaine.Bayless. I'm the voice of reason for overwhelmed moms, control freaks, and perfectionists. And this week my blog is all about 5 ways to deal with horrible people. And these are short-term methods. I do not recommend using these for the long term, but the holidays are upon us and we will be spending time in closed and strange houses with people that we are related to. And that means that some of us, unfortunately, will be forced to deal with horrible people. So, these are my 5 ways that you can deal with horrible people so that you don't end up screaming, shaking your fist, and getting into a huge argument and ruining the holiday for everyone, including yourself. So, way to deal number 1, give them a job. Do you remember that Seinfeld episode from ages ago, and there was a guy and everybody at his party, it was Joe Mayo, and all of his parties, everybody got a job? Give the person a job. If you're hosting, this is especially easy to do. Just give them a job that's going to ensure that they're busy and out of your way. Everybody has something they can do. It doesn't even have to be a very important job. In fact, if it's something that you really care about, don't give them that job. But, setting the table, putting out napkins, maybe running to the grocery store to get some more butter because you hid the butter in the back of the fridge and you needed more. So get that person a job. Give them a job. Keep them busy. That's a really great way. They feel helpful. It's very subtle. It's very discreet. So method number 2 to cope with horrible people is enlist an ally. Okay? Now this is more about especially if you're not the host or you can't give someone a job, this is more about just having somebody who's got your back. So this is when maybe you start to make you have a private joke, like an in-joke with somebody, and every time that horrible relative says library or nuclear, you count, right? Like you just look at your help, your ally, and you're like, because they've said it 5 times in one day, right? And a little in-joke like that, that can really let off the steam. Bringing humor into a situation is a great way to deal and cope with horrible people, because it's always okay to laugh. So another way to deal with an ally is even have a code word. Maybe you could text them a code word that just means, I gotta get out of here, I need a break, I need help. I'm going to just smack this person if they talk about politics 1 minute longer. And so your ally is there to, say, hey, can you look at something with me, and get you out of the room. Okay? That's the role of your ally. Another thing your ally might do is maybe your ally can speak up for you. Maybe you have just lost your patience, or you're just not very tactful. Choose somebody who's very tactful and diplomatic, and, again, via a code word or just a nudge or something, maybe they can just speak up and be just, tactful and diplomatic and say, it's really not fun to make fun of X group of people. Something very tactful and diplomatic to sort of gently let the horrible person know that what they're saying is inappropriate and they need to stop. So enlist an ally. Method number 3 is to focus on the positive. Everybody has something good. They are there after all, okay? So, maybe the lazy grandfather, the lazy uncle, maybe he buys the best Christmas presents. Maybe the intrusive mother-in-law is fantastic with your kids. Like, she's horrible to you, but she's great with your kids, right? So try to find one redeeming quality about something. Maybe you have a friend and she's a real downer, but she'll always go see any movie you want to go see with her, no questions asked. So find something positive. Focus on the positive. So whenever your Uncle Henry says something racist, you can think to yourself, well, yeah, he's racist, but, he paid for my kids' braces. Whatever it is. Find something positive and just remind yourself of that every time the person does something horrible, because very few people are actually horrible through and through. And if they really are horrible through and through, I highly recommend that you find a way to not spend the holiday with them. That can be done. And if you have questions about that, please contact me, talkwithelaine.com. I will help you get toxic people out of your life. But having said that, most people are not truly 100% horrible. You can find something about them to appreciate. And the fourth step is to create a mantra. And a mantra can build on the positive things. So your mantra could just be, my mother-in-law hates me, but she loves my kids. My mother-in-law hates me, but she loves my kids. And by the way, I have a fantastic mother-in-law, so this is not directed at her. I'm very blessed in my mother-in-law, but I know that a lot of times mother-in-laws can be a source of tension, so that's why I use that example. So you have a mantra to yourself. Maybe your mantra is a countdown. Okay, 3 more days. Okay, 2 more days. Okay, 1 more day, right? So you just have a little countdown in your head of, okay, I can do anything for the next 24 hours, that sort of thing. Another mantra might be, just taking a breath. It can be a simple action. So it could be just sitting down and taking 3 deep breaths, just in a row. You can deeply breathe wherever you want, okay? So just sit down and just breathe in and breathe out. It could be going into the car and putting your head into a pillow and screaming. It could be massaging your hands. Any kind of action that just kind of gives you a break. So some kind of positive mantra that's going to help you just remember that this is temporary. And piece number 5, when all else fails, hide. I'm dead serious. And this is my foolproof method. If you can't just go to your bedroom to take a nap or read a book, or you can't get out of the house to take a walk, and all of these things are great ways to hide. If you can't get in the car to run an errand, then if all else fails, you can always hide in the bathroom. Go in the bathroom, turn on the fan, and nobody will want to know what's going on. I promise you that. Once you're in the bathroom with the fan running, everyone's like, no, I don't even want to know. Okay? So I do recommend trying other methods, like get out of the house to take a walk, go to the room that you're sleeping in and shut the door and give yourself 30 minutes to hide out there. Whatever you need to do. But if all else fails, hide in the bathroom with the fan running. It's a guaranteed thing. So those are my 5 tips for dealing with horrible people. Again, these are short-term solutions, not long-term solutions. If you are having problems with horrible people, I would love to talk to you about it. talkwithelaine.com. Go to that website. You can schedule a time. We'll have a conversation. We'll talk about your relatives or your family members or your friends, whatever the horrible people are in your life. We'll talk about them, and I'll help you think of strategies, long-term strategies for how to rebuild those relationships, how to keep those relationships amicable and functional. Thanks. This is Elaine.Bayless with Inspire Coaching. I'm your voice of reason for overwhelmed moms, perfectionists, and control freaks.